Good morning, happy Saturday. You join me in the living room doing, as Liz has pointed out already, making black marks on the carpet. Just getting ready for Stathern Duathlon. Got my t-shirt on from a couple of years ago, so it's going to be the fourth time I've done this event. It's based in Leicester, so a little way away from here, but it was closer to where I used to live. Wicked little event. Raises money for the local primary school, typically gets about 100 entrants. It's a 5k run, 18k bike, and then a 5k run. The run is pretty much flat. The bike course has a fairly big hill at the beginning of it, so I think it's half a mile at about 7 or 8%, so it's a nice little kicker. And they've introduced this year a separate competition in which there is a prize for the fastest person up the hill. So I might give it a crack tomorrow. I might regret it very shortly afterwards, but I'm going to give it a go. So just sort of run you through what kit I'm going to be using tomorrow, what I've done to my bike, etc. It's forecast wet and not as windy as it has been, but still quite windy. So I've gone for a shallower front wheel. So that is my NV 3.4 front wheel. So it's a 35mm front wheel. It's a lot shallower than the Zip 808 that I normally use. I'm still keeping the Zip on the back. I'm quite heavy, so I can stay planted quite easily, so I don't feel the need to change the rear wheel. And that is pretty much the bike. It's pretty much as normal. I'm not going to be taking I'll just take you up to the top. I'm not going to be carrying a bottle. I'm only going to be on the bike for like half an hour or so, hopefully. So I've just got a couple of gels. Probably have one at the beginning of the bike and one at the end of the bike. Maybe a bit overkill, but just test race day nutrition. Just test me using gels, and seem to get on okay with these high fives. So I'd rather just take them and not need them as such, rather than not have them and then bonk. So I've swapped cassettes over this morning. So I did run a 12:28 for Ironman UK, but I've now gone back to my 11:25. Although for some reason I cannot get it to stay in the 11. It just doesn't sit right in there. And what I've narrowed it down to is the gear cable's not letting enough cable through when I used just that last little click. Perhaps a bit of friction in the cable housing. It's the last ride out for it this year. I think then over the winter I'll be stripping it down and giving it a refresh. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. I just googled what speed I could do in 50, 52, 12, and it's about 35 miles an hour, so I should be okay. Shouldn't need to go any faster than that. So that's the bike. I have put my new power meter on, Stages power meter, so fingers crossed that works. I've got it all synced up and firmware updated and all that crap. As it's forecast bad weather, not too good visibility, I've left the light on the back. So at lower key events, they don't really worry about it too much when you leave it on in transition. In the past, I had it like that, flashing in transition, so that when I've done a swim I can come in and, one, I can see my bike a bit easier, and two, so I'm safe on the road. And I've had it turned off and told off because of it. At this event I don't think I'll struggle with that, so I'll just leave it flashing just so I can jump on the bike and go and hopefully not get splattered on the way around. As I said, it's forecast a bit wet and quite windy and cold, so I'm going to be going a bit warmer than normal. So I'm wearing my aero helmet as normal, my tri-shoes, and then I've got some Lycra overshoes. I've got some like toe covers somewhere. I can't find them. I'll have a bit of a better look this afternoon, so hopefully they'll be around about somewhere. But the idea of those is they just sit over your toes, or just over the front part of the shoe. They don't affect you taking it on and off, and they just keep your toes warm, which is great. I'll be wearing my normal tri-suit, which is a bit of an orange theme, a number belt, and then I'll be sticking some arm warmers on. I think I'll put these on before the run, do the first run in them, keep them on for the bike, and then perhaps take them off for the second run if I'm firstly wet or secondly cold, anything like that. But if I put them on, there's less faffing about during the race. Calf guards. I haven't been running in these recently, and I think I probably should do to sort of help with the calf issues. So definitely going to be putting those on. And also it means I'm probably not going to shave my legs. That is a massive faff. Running visor, I'll stick it in transition. I'm not sure if I use it or not. It's not going to be sunny, but if it's going to be heavy rain, then it might just keep the rain off my face. I'll leave it in transition if I need it for the second run, then I will do. Trainers, I think I'm going to take 2 pairs of trainers. I've got some spare elastic laces. Reason being, if it's absolutely wazzing it down, I don't want to come into T2 and have to put sopping wet trainers on. So I'm going to run in a pair of trainers, leave a pair of trainers in a bag in transition, then when I come off T2, if it's been raining, I'll get those trainers out of my bag in transition. They'll be nice and dry. I'll be able to get going on the run. My socks will be wet still, but it'll be better than nothing. Of course, my Garmin. If it is cold, I've got the Hawk Route gilet. I know gilets aren't as aero as they could be, but I'd rather be a bit warmer than save a few watts, and I'd probably be slower if I'm cold anyway, just because of lower performance. So that is about it, I think. I have seen on the Facebook page for the event that a certain Lucy Gossage has piped up asking if she can enter on the day, and people have said yes, you can. So I guess that means that's the fastest time of the hill gone, and potentially any sort of overall placing's gone. But we'll see. It'd be great to race against her if she is there. She would definitely trash me on the runs. I'd hope that I could close some time on her on the bike, but I'm not sure. You know, she's won Ironman Wales a couple of weeks ago, so she's a machine, and she's still a pro. I know she works now, but still an awesome athlete. So that is about it. If anybody wants any more tips or information about duathlons, fire away. I haven't done one for a year and a half, so probably best not to fire away. In fact, let's flip that around. If anybody's got any tips for how I can do this duathlon tomorrow, off of minimal training, running wise anyway, please drop them below. So that's it from me. Liz is also doing the event, so we haven't got a Triathlon Liz race day vlog, but I'm going to try and get some footage from before and after, and depending which spectators turn up, I might give them the GoPro to try and get some footage. So fingers crossed for a good day and a safe day. So report back tomorrow. Laters.